Hey, what's up? It's Adam U. Stewart, Malcolm Lovejoy, professional love maker, sex god, hopeless romantic, etc., etc. Toronto artist, dreamer, person in the world. I've wiped some tears. I got to admit. Oh my God, people don't even know. I fucking died and cried and laughed and flew. Who knows? Who knew? I don't know. I'm so much in love with Hustlers. It's been. I should have been at the TIFF premiere. I could have. I just. I don't know. Sometimes I just get a little pissed off at the whole media celebrity thing, and I love it. I hate it. I participate in it. I'm disgusted by it. It's the hypocrisy and duality of life. What are you gonna do? But I saw some pictures from the red carpet, and I was so happy to see it. I was so happy to see pictures of Lily Reinhart. That's the actress I wanted to see most in it. I love Lily. What she did in the first season of Riverdale has touched my heart in ways that few actresses and actors ever have in the world. So I was happy to see her in her first big major movie. She was the blonde. She was magnificent. She was brilliant, smart, hilarious, quirky, funny. Lily Reinhart was magnificent for me in this movie. But also Constance Wu was amazing, 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 and really subversive as she wasn't the demure Asian woman. She's very smart and cutting and powerful, and her story was very, very impressive. And of course, obviously, actually, this is, in my opinion, J.Lo's best movie ever in her entire life, into her entire career. She just turned 50 years old. J.Lo has just done her absolute best thing. And I think it's Oscar worthy. I think she definitely deserves an Oscar nomination for this. I don't know if she deserves to win, but I think she should be nominated for it. Absolutely. This movie is a masterpiece from beginning to end. It could have taken about 15 minutes of editing out, but it would take it away. It would have taken away from the story and getting to know the characters. So the plot development was necessary, and also it was a half documentary style because it was talking about reality. This happened, and a lot of the things that happened in the movie actually happened in real life. Quite a lot of them. I don't want to spoil it too much because I highly, highly, highly recommend people to go out and see this. But I had to bring this up because this trans friend of mine, Venus Selenite, brought up some stuff about why they don't want to support it, and a few people are talking about the controversy of supporting this movie because there's a few unfortunate things that have come to light, and I don't even know exactly how to put it in words. I've been thinking about how to talk about it. I don't know if there's ever been a creative endeavor where something isn't taken. People can all contribute, and there's for every movie that happens, there's names that there's people that aren't in the credits. Let me just put it like that. For so many songs and videos and stuff, there are people who contribute energy who aren't honored, and that doesn't justify it. But at the same time, it's just this difficult balance of, is there ever a piece of art where everyone feels happy about what has been contributed to it? And I don't want to downplay. I don't know the reality of the people who were unfortunately exploited. I don't know if that's the right word, but there's a few instances of what happened in the making of Hustlers, and I love the movie so much, but it's just like, I'm also a journalist and I'm also a sex worker, so I'm also a cinemaphile, and like, well, cinephile, I know the word, but it's just like I'm a cinematographer and actor, and like I really wear all the hats simultaneously. I make my own porn. I'm not filming full length movies yet, but yeah. So let me just bring this up. People were saying that some of the background extras were exploited, and Casper the Friendly Ghost, Consensual Hex online says, yeah, I heard they had no input from any of the sex workers, and the strippers that work at the club lost a week's worth of pay since it was closed during shooting. I mean, that's a weird. That's like I don't want to criticize that much. That's weird. I mean, it sucks, but it's like, like if they, I've worked at jobs where they just shut it down. They're like, well, we're shooting a movie here, or they're shooting a commercial, or some like TV show. So it's like, what can you really say? Like, I'm not gonna say, oh, this company is taking away from my money. Like, it happens. Like, that's just the nature of the business. It's just it might not be a TV shutting, like that's like your job, like when the plumber comes in or they have to fix the fire alarm system or whatever, like you might lose work for that day. That's just the nature of work. So I mean, like if the club is in their right to rent it out to another place. I mean, that's just capitalism. So I don't want to criticize the movie that much for that level, but this is the one thing that I wanted to say. Well, this is a little shitty. So apparently J.Lo, pute extraordinaire, somebody who's writing on Twitter, says, apparently J.Lo and A-Rod went to a club in New York and grilled several dancers for hours about working in clubs and gave them $300 to split amongst themselves. It's on site if I ever see her, honestly. Word. And I mean, that's J-Lo, like $300. Like if that's for real, it's better than nothing, but it's not that much better than nothing, especially if you're a multimillionaire and you're a dancer and you're doing research on a movie that you are supposed to be taking seriously because you want to tell a true story about women's exploitation. Like you're going to exploit women while you're doing research on a movie about women being exploited by Wall Street? J-Lo, are you really that person? So yeah, there's that. And yeah, I mean, and if that gets more verified, that will just be really unfortunate. So then it comes down to like, well, what was the Mona Lisa properly compensated by Leonardo da Vinci for the sitting of her painting? This is, I mean, I just think about so many creations and just think, was everyone equally compensated for participating in this? And I rarely think the answer would be yes, unfortunately, but yeah. I mean, I don't want to defend exploitation at all, and I really don't. When I hear about it, I get disappointed, and there's lots of people. I didn't see that new. I actually didn't see the last 2 or 3. I haven't seen a Quentin Tarantino movie since Django Unchained, and oh my god, there's so much unforgivable stuff that man has done. So I don't support things, and I boycott them, and cancel culture is real for me, man. I haven't played R. Kelly in my house in fucking a good decade and a half. I didn't need this new case. So, I mean, I'm not going to, I don't want to be like, cancel hustlers because they exploited strippers. And it's like, they're trying to tell the stories of strippers that were exploited. Did they have to cut some corners sometimes? Did they have to do some rough things? I mean, I don't want to justify it, but this world, oh. Anyways, Lil Reinhart, I love you. I loved everything about this movie. Like, it was really, really well done. It was really smart movie making. I'm not going to compare it to Scorsese. Like, fuck that shit. Because Scorsese would have all this really typical bullshit, and he wouldn't have the respect for races, and this was its own thing. Scarafia, the director of this, she did magnificent, and the Usher cameo is cute. I'm just gonna end it right there. Peace to Hustlers, peace to Venus, peace to the strippers in the Real Sex Club, peace to the Real. I'm just about to read this Real story, the original one. She's dope. Like the Real, she's fly as hell. So yeah, Rosalind Keough, peace to you. Peace to all the hustlers in the world. This fucking world is a hustle. I want to dance and throw money.